Hey loves, welcome, thank you. And it's question day. So if you have any questions concerning building your confidence, overcoming failures, overcoming fears, what respect is, what it's not, honesty, anything of that nature, simply drop it in the comments. And today is your lucky day because Queen A is right here to simply answer them questions. So also, if you run past this video, if you like what you see, give this video some hearts. Please share this video if you or anybody you know may be interested in building their confidence or maybe even just trying to become a better them, okay? All right, so during this video, like I said, this is a question and answer video. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask and I will answer them, okay? So while I'm waiting on whoever get here to drop their comments in the comment section, I want to talk to y'all about trust, right? And trust is something that's thrown out there, but I really don't think, a lot of us really understand what trust is, or maybe we just simply don't even, know how to go about trusting people. But I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about trust. And the most important thing I want to talk to you about is trusting yourself, okay? A lot of us don't know. We trust everybody else, but for some reason, we have a hard time trusting our own self. So get on in here and let's talk about that. And I want to know what y'all think about that. And like I said, if y'all have any questions or comments, that's what today is about. So as soon as I see it pop up, because I believe sometimes it's be like a little delay or something like that. So if there's a little delay, I apologize, but I will be answering your questions as soon as I see it pop up. Unless I'm in like the middle of like something important, I'll definitely make sure that I stop, read the question, and I will answer it on this live. So please don't hesitate. If you've been wondering anything like, well, maybe what is personal development, Queen A, or, how do you go about personal development? If you want to know about respect, confidence, trust, honesty, loyalty, any of that stuff, today is the day. All right. So simply ask the question and Queen A is going to answer. All right. But first, I want to know, do you trust yourself? So I say that, and I'm getting a little quiet because I want y'all to really think about that. Because a lot of people, we trust everybody else. We trust our grandmas, our mamas, our kids, our friends, our partner. We trust our employees, right? We trust our car. When we get in our car, we go to start it up. We trust that it's going to start. We trust when we get to that red light and the light turns red. We trust that the other light has turned green, right? And the same vice versa. They trust that their light is green, that our light is red. Because guess what? If that flaws, then what can happen? A crash, right? If both lights are green and nobody knows it, what's going to happen? A car is going to be going this way and a car is coming this way, and they're going to intersect and they're going to crash. So that is the same thing with life. That's why I want to talk about trust, all right? Thank you, cuz. I appreciate it. Y'all see my hair looking a mess, but I did my hair myself. I did it when we went on vacation. We just got back from vacation, so I'll be posting them pictures as well. I was riding the ATVs and stuff, y'all, but my daughter was killing it. She crushed me. I ain't gonna lie. They dusted me, but don't tell nobody I told them that y'all don't tell nobody that they dusted me, because I ain't telling my kids that they dusted me. No, I told my kids that they already knew I was just faking it. You know what I mean? So, no, but I want to ask y'all, how many of y'all trust yourself? So really sit and think about that. And I know a lot of us out there raise our hands like, I trust myself. But I really want to ask you, do you really trust yourself? And what I mean by that is, a lot of us are staying in environments that we know is not no good for us, our youth, right? Our youth having a lot of problems. They getting into it with people in these environments. And nowadays we're losing a lot of youth to gunplay. And a lot of parents are knowing that their kids are having to feeling like they have to stand on the corner with a gun because they got ops. All kids nowadays, y'all see me rolling my ass. All kids got ops. You feel me? So parents are knowing a lot of that, right? And reason why I ask, do you trust yourself? Because as a parent that I am, if you trust yourself, a lot of y'all want to be out of that environment. Y'all dream of being in a new house, right? And with the grass green and the big house and, like picking fish. Y'all dream about that stuff, right? And you go to work and you work hard and you still think like, yeah, I'm going to get this house. But what happens? A lot of us get comfortable. We scared to go pay that house note, right? Or we scared to get out of our environment that we was raised in because, oh my God, if I go over there, the houses are further apart, or man, I'm going to have to pay market rent. I might have to pay a few $1,000s if I want to live comfortably. Oh man, I might not be able to get no food stamps, right? If I want to live a certain way. So I want to ask y'all, do y'all really trust yourself? Because when we learn to trust ourselves, guess what? You move even when you're not sure, because you trust yourself and trust that you're going to get it done. And I want to talk to y'all. Trust is a major thing. When you're a parent, you have to trust yourself. Y'all like, yeah, you got to trust yourself when you're a parent. You have to trust that when your child cries at night, you're going to be getting up in the morning, in the middle of the night to feed the baby. You have to trust that when that baby is wet or that baby has pooped, that you're going to change the pamper and do it correctly and not just let the baby sit and poop all day. You have to trust that when you sleep, and a lot of us, if y'all was like me, I always slept with my baby in the bed, right? But I had to trust that I wouldn't roll over on my baby, right? I had to trust that. But I'm a light sleeper. So if somebody sleeps heavier, they might not want to do that like Queen A, right? Because they might not be able to, they might be saying like, you know what? I already know I sleep heavy, so I might not trust myself, right? To not roll over. You get what I'm saying? So, hey, boo. So this is why I want to ask y'all if y'all really trust yourself, because in certain situations, we have to trust ourselves. We don't have a choice. But I want to talk about when you have a choice, how do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? Right? So, hey, boo. So don't forget if y'all have any questions about anything, confidence, respect, honesty, what it is, what respect is, what it isn't, drop it in the video. Or maybe you like, well, how can I start being a better me? Or how do I go about it? What is the first step, Queen A? Any of that stuff, drop it in the comments, right? So, like I was talking about, trusting when it comes to your environment. If you going out and you tired of looking around your environment and all you see is depression and aggravation and you dream of that picket fence, why are you not writing goals out? Right? Are you not taking the steps to get there? Right? If you trust you, if you really trust you, like if you really like, I want that house. If you really trust you, you would just make a move. Don't even think, just do it, because guess what? You trust yourself to make that happen. Do it like as if you was driving to work and you trust every light that turned red to be red and the other light to be green. So there is no what? No crash, no accident, right? But life is flawed. Stuff happens. So even in the process of you trusting yourself, you're going to encounter things. Just like we trust that the light is red, but what happens sometimes we go up there? Sometimes we go up there and every light is blinking what? Red. Or every light is green. You're like, hold up, all these lights green, or what? Maybe no lights is working, right? And then in that instance, what do? Guess what? Sometimes an accident happened, but you have to then like, okay, sit back and think. And that's what happens when you trust yourself. So when you get to that intersection and the lights are blinking, right? They all blinking green. Everybody can't go at one time. So what usually happens? Everybody starts to think. Y'all, now listen where I'm going. Everybody starts to think. So one road pulls up. They stop. They let the other two that's going like this go. And then the other ones, they stop. And then they let the ones that's going this way go, right? But everybody starts, what? Moving around. Like, learning how to do things different and thinking like, okay, well, hold on. We all can't do this. So we treat it like a stop sign instead of what? A traffic light. So in life, I want y'all to understand that's the same thing. When you trust yourself, things are still going to happen. Accidents still may occur. Not may occur. They're going to occur. And that's when you need to stop and think. Just because like, yeah, we was talking about, you just might want to go out and get that house. But if you encounter something, you're like, oh my gosh, my credit's not good enough for me to get that house, right? Now, I'm just saying, these are things that happen. My credit is not good enough for me to get that house. I'm not making 3 times the rent to get that house. So in that instance, what do we have to do if we trust ourselves? We have to treat it like that stop sign, right? We stop and think. I need y'all to stop and think. How can I go about getting that house, right? How can I make 3 times the rent, right? I'm not making it now because why? I don't have a good enough job. So how can I find a good enough job, right? How can I? So now I need to start looking. I don't care if it's Indeed. I don't care if it's the newspapers. I don't care if I'm going there individually, in person. But now you need to start maybe raising your what? Expectations at these jobs. So then you start applying at different jobs, but maybe you start saying, I'm not going to apply at McDonald's no more. I'm not going to apply at TJ Maxx. Now I'm going to start applying at things. If it's not, maybe whatever, $20 or more, I won't be applying. Because I know I want to make 3 times that amount because I want to move in that house. I don't like my environment. You have to understand and trust yourself to make that happen. But a lot of us, what happens? A lot of us can't make that happen. We see what? We see so much destruction. We see so much misery in our environment that naturally, I want you to understand, your brain picks up on what it sees and hears, right? So that's why seeing in your ears, eyes and ears are your like 2 most important functions, okay? So your brain picks up what it sees and what it hears. So if all you're seeing is destruction and negativity and all you're hearing is negativity, your brain starts thinking is what? Negative. You start telling yourself, I might can't make that. You know what? I'm scared. I might not be able to pay the rent over there. Then you start thinking, well, what happens if I do make 3 times the rent and I get fired? What happens in that instant? Or what if I make 3 times the rent and I go over there and I don't like it? Or, I spend the money too much, they can be able to kick me out. Then guess what? You start thinking of comfortable. Then you start you start making excuses like, because you're not trusting yourself to get there. So you start making excuses like, you know what? Well, at least here, I can make whatever I want to make and I only got to pay this amount. You feel me? And I can get my stamps as long as I don't make over this amount. You start putting yourself in a box because you're comfortable. And that's all you know. And let me tell y'all, it ain't nothing like fear of things of the unknown. You only have fear when you're really not sure or don't know what's going to happen. In that instance, everybody who overcomes fear, they have to trust themselves in that situation. You have to trust yourself. Like, okay, well, I know I might not. Okay, well, even if I get this job and I'm making 3 times the rent, okay, I got to make sure I'm hustling and I stay on it. I got to make sure I got daycare in place if I got kids because I can't miss this. I can't miss work. I can't get no points because now I'm on market rent. So, maybe I want to put other things in place to get extra money, right? I don't care if it's babysitting. I don't care if you dog sit. But you have to trust yourself. But first you have to stop and think of ways to go about that. My credit score ain't enough to get the house. So now you need to stop and think. So what do I need to do? Meaning you need to look at your credit. What do I need to do to get to where I want to be? Oh, okay. Well, I see a lot of these are hitting my credit because I'm not paying this on time or because I got old school loans or whatever the case may be. Then guess what you do? You take care of that. You trust yourself to take care of that. Like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start getting my credit together. That way I can get in the environment that I want to get in. But if you don't trust yourself to get there, because a lot of people don't do it because it's too hard. As soon as they think, oh my God, I got to fix my credit. I got to make 3 times the rent. I got to do this. I got to do that. It starts being overwhelming for them. So first, I need y'all to stop thinking about all the different possibilities and think about one thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. So if you notice, okay, it's my credit, and then I need to make 3 times the rent, and then I need to do this. I need you to stop and think. Logically, would it make more sense for me to start working on my credit? Or logically, would it make more sense for me to make more money first and focus on the 3 times the rent? Everybody's situation is different. Some people might say, hey, let me focus on getting 3 times the rent first, right? Meaning, let me focus on making more money. And then while I'm making more money, I'll be able to pay off certain things that's going to help me fix my credit, right? And they write it down. But a lot of times, like I said, you have to trust yourself to do these things, right? You have to trust yourself to do these things, right? So we got to come there and say, trust yourself, your judgment, your intuition. That's reverse energy. Keep going. When one door closes, another will open. I feel like do what comes easy and what makes you happy. But trusting the process, not worrying about what anyone thinks about you. Self-reflect. Think positive. It will follow. I love that. I love that. Self-reflect. Okay, self-reflect. Think positive. It will follow. I love that. So I love that, Miss Carmelita Penniman. So I do love that. Now, you said that's reverse energy. Keep going. When one door closed, another one will open. I feel like do what comes easy and what makes you happy. Now, I do want to address that issue right there. That's why I love these things with dialogues. So, in Queen A's aspect, I kind of disagree with the what's easy rule. And I'll tell you why. Because humans are naturally built to do what's easy. Right? Why you think most people get up and they want to get on Section 8 program, or they want to keep getting food stamps, or, they want to, work wherever. They're like, I don't even care where I want to work for. Because they're comfortable and it's easy. It's easy. I'm going to tell you, when you change, do the hard stuff first. Meaning, like if we're in that situation, like where I said, stop and think, and you got to trust yourself. If I had an option between, oh man, I need to make 3 times the rent, or I need to fix my credit, or, I gotta, maybe I gotta change up something else, change the people I'm with, or whatever the case may be. I'm always going to choose I'm going to do my best to choose the hardest thing first. Okay. Now, not all the time, because it's in human nature, like for all of us to want to do the easy thing. Right? So I'm going to tell you to choose the hardest thing. If you feel like the hardest thing for you is going to be to get your credit because you're a worker, like me, I'm a workaholic. It's nothing for me to go get a job and work and bust my butt. Okay. So for me, it might be like, well, let me go ahead and fix my credit first, because when I think about credit, I'm like, oh my gosh, financial. I start thinking about financial, all this extra stuff. And I'm like, hold up, like I just get overwhelmed just thinking about credit. Right. So naturally, I'm going to want to focus on building my credit first, because in order for you to grow, you must step out of your comfort zone. So if you always do what's easy first, you're never going to grow. You're going to catch yourself in the same spot over and over and over again. So, cause I hope that helps with your paragraph, with what it said. I agree with everything else. Like I said, the only thing, and like it's not an agreement or disagreement here. It's not a right and wrong answer here. This is just Queen A's advice. And let me tell y'all this. I am not a lawyer. I am not a therapist. I am not a counselor. Okay. So they charge you a lot more money than Queen A will ever charge you, okay? But I'm going to teach you a lot more than they ever will teach you. See the difference? And I'm actually going to be there and care. So I'm not just there like, okay, what you say? No, I actually care. All right? And I'm not saying that a lot of them don't, okay? I'm just saying they're more scripted than Queen A, all right? So I hope that helps. And if that helps, cuz some of y'all give me some hearts. I hope y'all like that answer to that right there. Well, it wasn't really a question, but I think I just kind of twisted it a little bit. I don't want y'all to focus on the easy stuff. Focus on what's hard. So in order for you to trust yourself, I want you to focus on what's hard. Meaning that if you haven't, I don't care what it is. It could be relationship problems. And you like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just tired. I'm aggravated. Like, you just want to walk away, right? It's easy to walk away and throw in the towel. But I want you to trust yourself, because I want y'all to understand this. If you in a relationship, even dealing with, I don't care if it's family relationships. I don't care if it's a relationship with your significant other, okay? If you're in a relationship, in order for y'all to grow, y'all got to trust each other. And y'all got to trust the hard processes, not the easy stuff, not when you're going on a date, not when y'all snuggled up, not all that. Y'all got to trust the process when y'all going through disagreements, right? Because that's when y'all got to say, okay, we got to trust each other enough to communicate, to come together, to talk. And in order to do that, y'all have to trust each other. And y'all must trust the process, because every process is different. Somebody in this relationship their process might be a little different, because they're not going through exactly what you're going through. Okay. So trust your process. So I definitely want to say that. So when it comes in a relationship, y'all have to trust the hard steps. It's easy to walk away. A lot of relationships don't last now because everybody, as soon as they get mad and they have one disagreement, they ready to walk away. Like, what? I can't deal with this. I can't deal with him. Oh my gosh. You know what? Lil Tookie, come and get me. Right? Yeah, I know Lil Tookie is the name I go to, but it's like, Lil Tookie, come and get me, because this nigga, this girl, she get on my nerves. Right? And that's the easy route. But when you start trusting yourself and you start trusting the process, you're like, okay, much as it might hurt and you might have to bite your tongue, like, let me listen to what this person is saying. Especially if it's somebody that you claim that you're in a relationship and that you love. right? Let me listen. Let me see, is it something that I'm doing wrong, right? Can I grow from this situation? Do I need to change a little bit, right? And if okay, well, you don't think you're wrong, I don't think I'm wrong. What can we do, right? To what? Bridge the gap, right? Y'all ever heard of agree to disagree, right? To compromise. So what y'all need to, in them instances, find out what you can do to compromise. But trust yourself to do that, right? Tell yourself that you can do it. Don't tell yourself, oh my God, I'm walk away from it. No, trust yourself and say, you know what? We've been going through this all these times. Like, let me really sit down and talk and get to the bottom line and see what we need to do, right? So I'm happy to bring up a good persona. It takes work and footwork and mentally trusting yourself. Right, cuz, right. And don't forget, y'all, this is a question and answer session. So if y'all have any questions, or like Miss Carmelita did, like Miss Pittman, if y'all have any, I just want to make a statement. That is perfectly fine. That is what this video is about. Okay? And that's why I'm talking about just trust the process. Don't be on here like, I wonder if I should ask the question. There is no stupid question but the one you don't ask. Right? And it's only stupid because you didn't ask it. All right? So there's no stupid questions, no stupid quotes unless it's a negative one. Because Queen A, we don't want no negativity on here, right? This is all about helping you become a better you. All about uplifting you, about building you up. All right? So that's why I wanted to talk about trust. And that's why we was talking about that. Because in life, you have to trust yourself. In order to grow, trust yourself. You want that promotion, trust yourself on that job to know you're going to get it, right? But then stop, think, and ask yourself the questions of, am I doing what I need to do to get that promotion, right? You want that relationship to work, ask yourself, am I doing what I need to do for that to grow, right? You want a better relationship with your youth, ask yourself, am I doing what I need to do for that to grow? That relationship with their youth as well. So, but trust yourself enough to sit back, think, and ask yourself questions and answer yourself. Don't be scared to answer yourself. You know, I talk to myself all the time. People think it's crazy. I think it's crazy that you don't talk to yourself. Y'all probably like, Queen A, you want me to talk? Yes, I want y'all to get in the habit of talking to yourself. I want y'all to get in the habit of asking yourself, is this better for me? And what is the situation or the environment? Is this environment I'm in, is it helping me or is it hurting me? And then when you ask yourself that, naturally you're going to already know, you're like, you know what, this is hurting me or this is not helping me, or yes, this is very much helpful, right? So I want y'all to get used to asking yourself questions. In order to trust yourself, you have to ask yourself questions, right? Do I really want to grow? Like, is this relationship really worth me putting in all this work? And then sit back and think, is it? And if it is, trust yourself to do the work and get it done. Right? And then in my Each One M1 community, that is where I break down, like I actually get in and I break down how you go about doing these things. Right? So that's a brand new free community that I have on Facebook. If you want to be added to that, simply comment, add me. And then what I'll do is I'll send you an inbox. And I'll ask for your email address and your phone number. Once you submit your email address and your phone number, then I'll go ahead and send you the link to the group, okay? Email address. Your email address and your phone number is only because when I have promotions coming out or when I have something going on, like I got to speak in my first speaking event that I'm going to be doing coming up. It's called Slapping with Truth, right? Y'all heard it. So my first speaking event that I got coming up. So all that, y'all will be the first ones to know, the people in my email list. Okay. So that's why I specifically asked for that before y'all get to the group. Because of course, if y'all in my Each One M1 community, I definitely want to make sure that y'all know about it. All right. So that is why I do that. I would be so thirsty when I be talking. Maybe I talk too much. So, but I want y'all to really get in the habit of trusting yourself. Right. And if you know that maybe it's somebody that's no good around you, I want you to trust yourself enough to let that person go. Like, I need you to look in the mirror and tell yourself, you might have to tell yourself, look in the mirror and say, Queen A gonna say, say, nah, look, that I love I say that. But no, trust yourself enough to say, Queen A, right? You know this person is not no good for you. So why are you really hanging around this person? And that don't mean that I hate this person, Queen A. No, I don't hate this person. This person is just not no good for this journey I'm on right now. Right? I can always visit that person. I can always speak to that person. But I don't need to hang with this person. Not on this journey of my life. But you have to trust yourself enough to say that. Because if you don't trust yourself enough to say that, who is? Right? So that's why it's about trusting yourself. Right? Trust yourself to grow. I really want to stress that. Trust is, you can't even build your confidence if you don't have trust. How can you build your confidence if you don't trust yourself? How can you go and move to a different environment if you don't even trust that you can make it happen? How can you live in a house if you don't trust yourself to get there? How can you, get a better business or run your own business if you don't trust yourself to do that? If you just stuck and like, you know what? Well, my ancestors did it, so I'm going to be stuck, and because I'm black and because I'm this, that means you don't trust yourself. It's plenty of black millionaires. There's plenty of black billionaires. Let me say that again. It's plenty of black millionaires and there's plenty of black billionaires. So trust that you can be one too. And trust that you can make anything happen as well. Trust. Right? So I really wanted to say that, y'all, because a lot of people, I don't think they really understand that they need to have trust in order to grow. You got to be able to trust yourself to make decisions. You got to trust the decision you're going to make. When you move, you need to trust that where the environment that you're taking you and your kids to is safe. You have to trust that, right? When you driving, you have to trust that, what we talked about, that the brakes gonna work, stuff like that. You have to trust that, guess what? The car gonna get you there. You have to trust that the tires is gonna work properly. You have to trust these things. So naturally, we learn to trust everything else. We trust the stop signs. We trust the traffic lights. We trust individuals. We trust, like I said, everybody else. But why can't you trust yourself to grow? I need y'all to start trusting yourself. Believe in yourself. I don't care what it is in your life. I need you to trust yourself enough to know that you can get through it. Trust yourself enough to know that you can build it. Trust yourself enough that you can make it happen. But it all starts with trust. Right? So this is why I do what I do. And I'll tell y'all something else. So since we're talking about trust, all right? And don't forget, y'all have any questions about anything, confidence, respect, honesty. If y'all want to know anything from Queen A, today is the day, all right? So now that we're talking about trust, I have something to tell you all. So I have decided, Queen A, I have decided to leave my job. Yes. And pursue my speaking career. And I'm like, I've been nervous the whole time, guys. I'm not going to lie. But I'm a personal development coach. I am a life coach that specializes in personal development. And I do a great job at it. I have been blessed to meet up with millionaires, to be able to network with them. I have been blessed to have a great business coach. I have been blessed to be able to speak at schools. I have been blessed to speak at youth homes. I have been blessed to speak at adult events. So I keep being blessed over and over. I've also been blessed to be in 2 documentaries, not 1, but 2. I've also been blessed enough to say that I trusted myself enough to walk away from $1 million contract. I've been blessed, right? So that's why I tell people, it's not always about the money. Because with Queen A, it sure can't be about the money. Because my kids know I walked away from $1 million contract. And this is not bluffing. No, I really did. Hurting me. I cried. Because they didn't align up with my principles. My principles, if you don't know, let me just throw a few of them out there. I have 13 principles, but I'll just give you a few, okay? The principles that I go by is honesty, love, respect, trust, right? Faith, right? Failures, right? Fear, meaning overcoming failures. How to overcome fears. So things of that nature. And if you ain't got honesty, positivity, respect, I just can't go there. I don't want my name attached to anything. The Queen A name, Queen A Speaks, it's not just going to be attached to anything. I want y'all to really understand that anything I do, it's definitely going to stand, and it's definitely going to be about y'all, because I don't play when it comes to y'all, my people. I don't play when it comes to helping you become a better you. Queen A don't play. I don't play when it comes to that. So anything that my name is attached to, I want to make sure that it really stands for what I stand for. So being now, I'm at the point where I trust myself enough to grow. I trust myself enough to say, if I don't do it, who gonna do it for me? I trust myself enough to say now, if I done spoke in schools and youth centers, and I'd have been at adult events, and I'd have been in documentaries, and I've been blessed to speak to millionaires and all that. If I can trust myself enough to do that, why can't I just trust myself enough to say, okay, let me leave my job now and focus on doing me, better me, right? Because ain't nobody gonna help me be a better me. So y'all heard it first. And I'll be hosting my first speaking event very soon. And I can't wait. And I hope y'all be there. Make sure you be there, all right? Be there, all right? So you and my brother look alike, cousin, family. Hey! We do. Me and Mark, we do. Me and little Mark. We definitely look alike. So, but yes. So that's what I got. I just wanted to talk to y'all about trusting yourself. And like I said, even if you watch this video, I don't care when you watch this video. I don't care where you watching this video from. When you watch this video, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments, because like I said, there's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing as a dumb question. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask, and it's only dumb because you did not ask it. Okay? And believe me, if you got that question, somebody else probably got the same question. All right? And they would like to know the answer as well, or at least my advice. Right? Because like I said, my stuff is not stone. It's not written in stone. Right? But these are just ways, my 12 principles that I focus on, the way that I can help you become a better you. And how do I know? Because I do it. I do this on a regular. Like when I go in schools, guess what? The youth love Queen A. The teens love Queen A. When I go in there, we give that. And I don't have the disrespectful problems with youth. Not in the schools. I don't have disrespectful problems. The only disrespectful problems I ever have with youth is the youth that's never met me. Like maybe they got some drama with somebody else, and I like a kids or something, and then that I come up. Other than that, and then even then, I don't have a problem with speaking to youth. I know how to go about it. I found my gift. And my gift is helping you become a better you. A lot of times it ain't what you say, it's how you say it, it's how you go about it. So, but trust in you to get it done. Trusting you to change, trusting you to cut people off, trusting you to make that better decision for you. Ain't nobody gonna get you out that environment but you. Ain't nobody gonna help you get that better job but you. Ain't nobody gonna help you get that better car. Ain't nobody gonna help you have a better life but you. So trust that you can get it done. I don't care who say you can't get it. I don't care who's second guessing you. I do. And this is another thing. When you trust yourself fully, don't care who's second guessing you. I mean that. When you trust yourself fully, it's no longer about the kids, your fiance and nobody else. When you trust yourself, because when you trust yourself, your kids gonna believe in you. They gonna see it. Your baby gonna believe in you. Meaning your significant other gonna believe in you, because they gonna see it. If they really about you, they're going to see it. They gonna see the passion, and they gonna want you to succeed, and they gonna be there to have your backbone. They gonna also help you pick up the slack when they see you fail. Like falling, like, hold on, get it together. You slipping. You said you wanted to do this, so do it. Them the people you want in your life. All right? So that's all I got. My name is Queen A. I hope y'all got something from this. And remember, if don't nobody else love y'all, y'all already know who love y'all. Who love y'all? Queen A. You already know. Later. Mwah.